Hello and welcome back to PixelMaagic. So today's session is going to be very interesting as I am today I'm going to recreate all the logos of Google. That is Google Playstore, Google Drive, Gmail logo, Google logo, and Google Map logo, Google Photo, and Google Meet, and including Google Chrome. All the logos are I'm going to recreate it. As you can find out, Google logos are very simple and basic colors are there. All the logos have the same color combination and the format is very simple. It's a logo concept is always something like that is as much as logo get simpler, the people will able to remember all this logo very easily. So I have decided to recreate all these logos for you using Illustrator. Although the whole process is became a little bit longer, that's why I've decided to put it in two different parts. One part I'm releasing today, and the next part will be published after 1 week, that is next Sunday. So now I'm going to start it. So as you can see that I have already opened Illustrator. Now I'm going to take a canvas of a 500 pixel into 500 pixel. Normally logos are in 800 into 800 pixel, but 500 pixel also not a bad idea. And you can anytime you can change the pixel also. So I'm going to place the logos for reference. One by one I'll create it. Okay, I'm placing the logo one by one. So here all the logos are placed. Now time to resize them so that it can be put in a single artboard. So whenever I'm resizing, I'm holding Alt and Shift and dragging from the corner. Any corner you can choose from down or from any corner. So I'm just placing it properly. Then one by one I'm going to design it. So first we'll start from Gmail logo. So here most of the things can be done using a rectangle. There's no need to be drawn over here. You can just use a rectangle tool to design the whole Gmail logo. So let's get started. So here I'm taking a rectangle and just reducing the opacity level to something like 38 or 50 you can take also. Now just take that selection tool and click on that point, only single point, single click, and then drag it down. So this part is done. Next I'm moving forward to the upper end. So here only left side part I'm gonna do. Reduce it means corner became curved one. Then I'm just copying it out, holding Alt and dragging it down, and using transform tool I'm just reflecting it vertically. Click on OK and placing it properly to the right, and then just making some adjustment over here to match the actual logo. Now again I'm just aligning it properly, whether they're aligned or not, they are properly aligned. Now I'm just create a copy of the rectangle and rotate it to create the rest part of the M, something like that. You can rotate it. A reflection tool I'm using, horizontally I've reflected. Yes, now I'm rotating it to place it properly. It will hardly take 8 to 10 minutes. I'm not using any editing tool, just directly I'm drawing it for you guys. To cover this logo, just it will take 8 to 10 minutes, including color and all the stuffs. Again, I'm creating another one. I'm just change the color to identify which one is the drawing part and which one is the actual part. You can give any color. Now as you can see that the opacity level is 38%, that's why we can clearly visible the background also. Here I'm rotating it. Yes, now placing it properly. Now it's almost done and you can do any kind of final adjustment. Here I'm using arrow keys to place it and align it to the actual logo. Okay, now select all these rectangles what we have drawn. By holding shift. Here I'm making some adjustment. Okay, now it's done. Now I'm just removing the reference image, the actual logo. Now select all these shapes. Here I'm just changing the opacity to 100. You can do it at once by selecting all these shapes and change the opacity. Okay, done. Here I'm changing the colors. Now select all the shapes using shape builder tool. Here press Alt to remove the extra part what we don't need. Here holding Alt, just click on them, and the part what we need of different colors, here I'm just jointing, just dragging it down to make a single shape. Now see, these are just divided into different parts. Now we can color them individually. Using dropper tool, I'm just coloring it out, selecting each shape one by one. Here I'm just changing the opacity level. Now it's done. Although you can have two different shapes by using your shape builder tool, and you can, yes, right now what I did now, I can choose a different color. Now see the same thing. You can adjust it using opacity level, or you simply can do two different shape and give different colors. Now see, it hardly takes 6 to 7 minutes to build up this Gmail logo. Now selecting all of them, and just press Ctrl G to make it a group. Now just moving aside and moving towards next logo. This one is your Google Playstore logo, where you can find out in your mobile phone. Now for that, I'm going to select a star tool and reduce the size to 3. The points should be 3. That's why it will create a triangle. Now just right now I'll rotate it using transform tool 90%.
Now holding Alt and Shift, I'm dragging it down to make it the size of the actual logo, reducing the opacity. Now going to direct selection tool and holding the corner points to make it corner points as curve. I reduce the size as per the logo. Now it's done. The next part is to divide the whole shape into 4 parts as of the logo suggest, original logo suggest. And I'm just opacity level I'm reduced. See, here I'm using the line tool, the pen tool. Using pen tool I'm just creating some lines, adjust them as per the logo. To identify the lines, I'm just giving different color to that particular line. Blue color I'm just giving, any color you can choose. Now holding Alt, creating the copy of it and changing the direction. Horizontally I just reflected it so that it will create another line tool. Now just I'm dragging it, making a side to the original logo, selecting all the shapes. Using shape builder tool, click on the shape 4 and removing the extra part, holding Alt and click on them, it will simply remove. Now whole logo is ready. See, select all of them from the corner and give a color to them. Here change the opacity to 100%. Now you can color them. Again I'm using a dropper tool to color it out. See, this one is, I think it's most simple than your Gmail logo. It took almost 3 minutes to build up the Google Play Store logo. And making a side to that and moving towards the next logo. Now it's the Chrome logo, Google Chrome logo. I'm going to recreate it. Here I'm going to take a circle, holding Shift, create a circle as per the it will create a proportionate circle, perfect circle. Next another one for the outer side, reducing the opacity. And again resizing it. It's done now. Next part is there is a hollow part in between that. So before that I'm creating lines to make 3 parts, as there are 3 different colors, so we need to have put them into 3 different parts so that we can color it as per the logo. Now holding Alt. See, here I'm just adjusting it. Okay, now it's done. Then holding Alt, create a copy, then transform, right click, transform, then rotate. So here we can change the angles. You can see how it's changing. Using arrow key, we can change the angle, or you can manually adjust as I'm doing right now. For the next part, again I'm holding Alt and dragging it down and using rotate tool. Here you can adjust the pointer like this, or by selecting the value as I'm selecting right now, I'm using up arrow key to increase the degree of that angle. Again I'm going to rotate tool and adjusting it properly. The line is not placed at proper position, that's why I have to do twice the rotation. Now the whole logo is ready, but there is a problem. I'll show you what's the problem actually. See, here the save part we need, it's not really properly done, so we need to change the size of this line to limited to this point, and do the same thing for 3 lines which should connect to this area as I'm doing. Now reduce this horizontal line from left side to this position, and again reduce the diagonal one to this position, making some final adjustment. Okay, now done. Now you can easily create 3 parts by selecting all the shape and include the line and moving to shape builder tool and click on them. But still there is some problem. Why? Because it doesn't intersect anyone. That's why there is some problem. So we need to cut out the middle position, the white part. So I'm going to again a circle tool, creating it outside and placing it to the middle of the outer circle. We have to cut this portion from the outer circle. Okay, now I'm adjusting it, holding this circle and the outer circle, holding shift, go to pathfinder and remove front. I'm giving a different color to recognize it properly. Minus front. See, this is done. So right now all the lines are vanished, but they are not vanished, they are just gone to the back of the shape. So I'm just used Alt and right bracket, square bracket, to move it to the front, and selecting all the stuffs and using shape builder tool, I just made it into 3 different parts. Now move aside to the original logo. Nice done. See, nothing is visible right now. You can give a color and change the values as per the logo, change the colors as per the logo. Now changing the opacity of all the shapes one by one, or you can, as I've said, that you can select all the shapes and change the opacity to 100%. Now the logo is almost ready, but there is some shadow over there in 3 parts, so we need to build up that shadow portion. So I'm going to have pen tool to draw that portion which is shown as the shadow of 3 lines, adjusting it properly, and then moving this shape to our logo. The right image is the reference image, and the left image what we have built right now. Using selection tool. Okay, I'm just reducing this opacity over here to which will create a shadow effect over there. Like this, I have to adjust each portion one by one. This one takes normally a little bit more time than other one. What we have already created, two logos we have already created. One of Gmail and another one is of Google Playstore. So here, using handler and direct selection tool, we have to make some changes over here. Now I'm just holding Alt and creating a copy of it to do the same thing for other two parts. And try to put these shapes to the upper layer. If you are not finding, just select the shape and right click and arrange, and then move to front. So here I'm making some final adjustments. This is done, and then go for the last part. Using rotate tool or dragging it down from the corner, by selecting the shape, it will rotate it properly. See, here it is not visible as the shape color is red, so that it's not visible. So I'm just going to change it to other color. Better to have, as it is referred as shadow, so better to give it a black color and reduce the opacity as per the requirement. So here some extra part is there, just selecting it and delete it. Now making some adjustments over here. You can use anchor points and handle to make the adjustment. Now it's done. See, it's just very little bit, that's why I'm just selecting the extra part and giving it to black color and reducing the opacity to 37 or 40 to 50 you can also take, and changing to black. See, now it's done. The same thing I'm going to repeat for the rest of the two parts. Now it's done. Now selecting all the shapes and pressing it Ctrl Z to make it a group, and moving it aside. Next we are moving to Google Drive logo. Here also 3 rectangles will be needed, and we have to resize it as per the logo. Now reduce the opacity to view the actual logo underneath. Now using direct selection tool, click onto that point only and dragging it inward. Again, just clearing the corner. See, whenever you are doing this one, just try to click on that point, that anchor point, and drag it down. If you don't click and simply drag it down, all the four corners will become curved one, so we don't need that one. So we need to have manually adjust that one. See, the same thing we have to do for the left side, so I am not wasting my time. I'm just using a rectangle tool to select both the same and clicking on minus front using pathfinder, and reflect the same using transform tool. Now place it properly. Aligning it, selecting both shape, click on merge. Now one part is over. The next part will be also from this part will be created, holding Alt and dragging it down. Now I am manually adjusting them to their proper position. You can do the same thing for the left part. Now it's done. So here the shape builder will come into play, selecting all the shapes. Using shape builder tool, cut out the extra part what we don't need. This part is we don't need. I think the below shape has not been selected, so I'm selecting again, moving the shape builder tool here. The portion what you don't need, simply go to there after selecting shape builder tool and hold Alt and click on those areas what we don't need. Now here some glitches are there, so I'm just making it proper using air and to make that curve proper. Here I'm using the anchor points and handles, or you can say handler. Now here zooming in and cut it out the portion what we don't need. Now it's done and it's time to color it out. So now again I'm going to select all these things, and using shape builder tool I just divided the shape into different shapes to give that portion to different colors. Now it's done. So this part I'm just holding this position today for today session. The next logos what I have done, we will publish it in another video, that will Google logo reconstruction part 2, because the whole process became a little bit longer. That's why I don't want to put all the stuffs into a single video, just make it 2 parts. This is for today, and hope you guys like this video, and if you like this, click on like and subscribe button, and to get the notification of newly added video, click on the bell icon. Thank you for today. Thanks for watching.